Good morning, guys, and welcome to day 2 of Universal. We have started our day with breakfast. I had an English muffin with strawberry jam this morning, and I have a donut on reserve waiting for later when I want it. And then I also got an iced coffee, which is super exciting. I don't know, we're super tired. We went to bed way too late last night. We had to wake up again at 7:30 this morning to meet everyone and get our day started because...
Did you end the vlog last night?
Yeah, I did end the vlog. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so we headed back up to our rooms after breakfast so we could, kind of get ready for the final stage. Not final stage, just getting ready. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I'm super tired. But yeah, we are meeting my parents downstairs in the lobby and then again walking over to Hogsmeade and probably going to start our day again with the Hogwarts ride because we all super loved that. So we're probably going to head right there, I would assume, when we get there, and just kind of have another day bouncing around Hogwarts doing whatever we want.
Go for it. Do more of an arch.
It doesn't go all the way up, it's halfway up here.
Maybe you're doing it smaller movements. Do smaller.
Yeah, I think you're moving the cactus.
I'm moving the cactus? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, you're moving the cactus.
Oh.
I think it was big. Yeah, it was big. Alright, you're right.
It's an R. There you go.
Froggy. It's a long animation.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Make that shape.
Aim higher. It always seems to be the answer.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Smaller circle.
There you go.
Alright, someone else can make it go down.
Do you see where it is?
See, it is not easy.
Oh, right. It's got the up and then the down.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
No problem, Mom.
Oh, I forgot I was gonna get it in a mug.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Frozen butterbeer.
Thank you.
I asked you a weird question.
Hey guys, alright, so remember in yesterday's vlog where I was talking about how I suck at vlogging on vacations? Well, it turns out I kind of dropped the ball. So you guys have already seen, I think, part of Friday, but after that I kind of really just kind of stopped vlogging. I didn't take as many clips, and so I didn't have enough like footage to kind of make full vlogs for the rest of the days that we were on vacation. I still do have a couple more like video clips, but again, it just wouldn't really make sense to just like throw them all together and try and make a vlog because they're just kind of really random, and I don't really do any more talking. So I thought I would kind of walk you through the next couple of days of our trip and just give you a little bit of a summary so that you guys can still, I don't know, stay along or come along on the trip with us. I kind of wrote down a couple of notes on my phone for what we did the rest of the days so I can share how our trip went. It was so much fun. Hi. Do you want to tell them about the trip too? Say, I had so much fun with Becca and Fizzgig. No, you just want to sleep over here. You want to snuggle. All right, you hang out there. I'll tell them about the trip. All right, so, yeah, so on Friday, basically what we ended up doing was kind of redoing all of the Harry Potter rides because they were all really fun. We started our day with the Hogwarts ride and actually kind of like not broke while we were on it, but we like ended up getting stopped. I think it got kind of like off track, so we weren't lined up with the like sound and video or whatever that was playing, so it's kind of funny. So they kind of just stopped the ride and played the soundtrack, and then we kind of went until we mashed up with it again. So yeah, that was kind of interesting, but it definitely, like we were talking about, it really like pulls you out of the experience because that Hogwarts ride, that was the second time we did it, and it wasn't as good as the first time. However, it made the Gringotts ride, which originally, I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't like our favorite. It made it, like the second time we went on that, made it seem like so much better that time around because the Hogwarts had kind of been like, meh, all right that time. So I don't know if I'm making any sense, but we did all of the Hogwarts rides one more time. So the actual one in Hogwarts, the Gringotts ride, and the Hippogriff ride. And then we actually did end up doing the Hogwarts ride for a third time at the end of the day. Well, just me, Melissa, my sister Hallie, and her boyfriend David. My parents didn't feel the need to do it for a third time, but we all did. And so that time it actually worked the whole way through. We didn't get stopped. But yeah, that ride still is definitely my favorite. Like, if you go to Harry Potter World, you have to do all the rides, obviously, but make Hogwarts a priority. We ended up doing it 4 times while we were there, like, throughout the trip. And it was fun every single time. Let's see, what else did we do that day? So that day we also kind of focused on doing so around each of the Harry Potter parks, they have like spells, and so we bought our wands the first day, and you can either buy an interactive wand or a non-interactive wand. I got an interactive wand, and basically what you can do is there's little like spell areas around each park where there's a little marker in the ground, and it kind of tells you how to wave your wand and where to aim it, and so you're supposed to be able to do something. And so you kind of saw a few examples of that earlier, and they're a lot harder than you would think, especially because I feel like they're mostly there for, like kids, obviously, so they can feel like they're doing magic, and it's a really fun interactive part of the park. I really like that they did it, but they're kind of hard to get to work. And like I feel like every single like one that we did, the park workers were kind of like always coming around and helping people, like, saying, okay, try getting a little closer, aim a little higher, do a little bigger, but like, I don't know, I feel like they should be a little easier if they're made for kids, but they were still fun nonetheless. Once you got it to work, it was really fun. And then we had lunch at the Three Broomsticks. I'm not sure. Oh, I did. I got fish and chips, and they were really good fish and chips. And we were also talking about how, like, efficient the parks are. Like, we never, ever had to, like, wait for things, like, like a table at lunches. It was very, like, organized. They had you come in, say, how many was in your party, and by the time you got your food, they had cleared away a table, like, so that you could sit right away. Like, we never, even though it's a very, like, crowded park, they did a really good job at managing, like, the crowds and stuff, so that, the lunch places didn't get, like, crazy overcrowded. And yeah, and it was also, I highly recommend getting the express passes if you go, because we never waited more than maybe 10 minutes for a ride, and there were definitely some wait times for, like, non-express pass users that was, like, 40 to 60 minutes, and so they were over and beyond worth it. And yeah, that's my, like, number one tip. Get the express pass, because for some of the rides, like, for the Hippogriff ride ones, we, like, literally got to go right up. There was no one in front of us, and we walked right up to the ride. It was, like, awesome. So definitely get an express pass if you go. It's so worth it. And let's see, what else did we do that day? I can't really remember, but after a while, so at the end of the day, after we kind of, did all the things we wanted to do that day. We did a little bit of souvenir shopping, I know, but not all of it. We kind of split that between Friday and Saturday mostly. Oh, and it was really nice because since we stayed in the parks, like our hotel, we stayed at the Lowe's Royal Pacific, and so since our hotel was in the park, you were able to send all of your purchases back to your room. So you would basically check out and say, I'm staying, you know, at the Lowe's Royal Pacific or wherever, and give them your room number, and all of your purchases would get delivered to your room the next day, so that you didn't have to carry around all these bags and stuff at the park, which, you know, would be a pain in the butt if you're trying to go on like rides, and just, you don't want to carry a bunch of bags. And so it's really, really convenient to just have it sent on back to your room, which it was really awesome. So yeah, towards the end of the day, my parents went back to the room for like, you know, an hour or two or before we had dinner, and me, Melissa, my sister, and her boyfriend all stayed and kind of walked around again. We went on Hogwarts for the third time, like I said. We also went to the like superhero part of Universal and walked through some of the stores there and saw the insanely expensive comic figurines. Like there was a Captain America figurine that was signed by like the actor. It was $2,300. Like, how insane is that? Like, all of the it's just so expensive. I mean, that was my first real experience seeing, you know, that kind of genre of stuff up close, and that's insane. I think there was a like some sort of shield that was like $3,000. I don't even remember. It was insane. But yeah, we went around there. So we went there because Melissa wanted to get a particular shirt. And so I am definitely going to be doing a Hogwarts/Universal souvenir haul. And so I will show you guys that in that video. And yeah, I'm really excited to film that because we got some awesome stuff. We also walked around to a couple other stores just kind of in the main Universal area that evening. Let's see, what else did we do? After that, we just went to dinner with my parents. We went to a really good Italian restaurant. I got spaghetti bolognese because I can't go to an Italian restaurant and not get that. It's just one of my favorite meals, and yeah, it was delicious. I also got a really yummy dirty classic martini, and so you guys know I love dirty gin and tonics, and so this one was an actual martini, so it was a gin martini, so I had gin and vermouth, which is just another liquor. So the difference between this and my normal drinks was the entire thing was liquor, so I was only able to drink about half of it because that's a lot of liquor. And yeah, I'm normally used to drinking like a little bit of gin with a whole bunch of tonic, but it was a good drink nonetheless, and the olives they had like, they were stuffed with blue cheese, which was really yummy, and that's like my favorite part of the drink are the olives. So that was good. The restaurant was also really cool. I'll try and insert a picture maybe, but we were in this like bird cage looking table, and they used all sorts of like kitchen items as decor. So like our chandelier was made out of like vegetable steamer. They like kind of took a part of, you know, those collapsible vegetable steamers and kind of like made a chandelier with it. They used cheese graters to make other lights. Like, I don't know, it was a really cool place. And I think that's all I have for that night. The next night, we, again, went back to Hogsmeade and started our day with the Hogwarts ride because it was so much fun. And you're so cute. I'm trying to remember what else we did that day. I know we had lunch at what is supposedly the best theme park restaurant for 6 years, and we actually looked it up because we're like, okay, is that the current 6 years? Is that a consecutive 6 years? And it was like back in like, I forget exactly when it was. It was like maybe early 2000s or something, so not recent at all, but it was very funny. They're still advertising that. It was a very good restaurant. It was really cool, decorated. I forget what part of the theme park it was for. Maybe Sinbad or something like that. It was in like the Sinbad area. But we had a really nice waiter. Like it was a really good, really yummy lunch. I got the world's biggest lamb burger, though. I mean, the thing was probably like 9 inches tall. I had to eat it with a fork and knife because I was like, there's no way I can open my mouth wide enough to take a bite out of this burger. But it was really tasty. It had like feta aioli on it and like, I don't know. It was a really good lamb burger. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to kind of get through this so it doesn't end up being like crazy long, me, you know, recounting every single detail of our trip, but I still kind of want to give you guys a nice little run through of it. I'm also trying to remember as best I can. I have a pretty bad memory, and it was a crazy, 3 days of all sorts of different theme park stuffs, and so I hope I'm getting like the timeline and what days we did what correct. I'm doing my best to remember, but I could be a little off, so family, if you're watching this and I got something wrong, correct me in the comments. But yeah, so for the rest of Saturday, we kind of focused on mostly the other parks in Universal, since there isn't, a whole lot to do in Harry Potter. Hello. So there wasn't really, 3 days worth of stuff to do in there once you kind of get it done, and then you redo your favorite parts and you buy all your souvenirs. There's not much else to do. And so we went to the other parks and did a couple other rides. The ones I could remember were, we did the Minions ride, which was awesome. It was another one of those like 4D rides, kind of like the Hogwarts ride where you sit and it, kind of makes you like it. I can't figure out how to describe it. So you're looking at a screen and it makes you feel like you're like flying or falling or, whatever, but you're actually like, only going 5 miles an hour and your chair is kind of being tilted or whatever. I don't know. It's awesome. Those were my favorite rides. But the Minions was awesome. Spider-Man was pretty fun. There was a Men in Black ride, which was really, really cool because you actually got like a fake gun type thing that you could, shoot at the monsters, and you got points throughout the ride. So that was a whole lot of fun. And then there was a Shrek thing, it was older technology. So you're basically, it was one of those, like, it was auditoriums of chairs where they kind of like vibrated throughout the, show and just spritzed you with water, or like, I don't know. So it wasn't as good. Shrek was kind of a dud. Wouldn't recommend that one. But the rest I would definitely recommend. And then that, like, late afternoon, we did a couple water rides. So we did a Jurassic Park one, which was really cool. And then we did a Dudley Do-Right one. Both of those, like, water rides with, like, falls are, like, I feel like they're worse than roller coasters. Oh, because we also did the Hulk roller coaster, and that was so fun. We really wanted to do that again, but we ran out of time, so we were only able to do it once. And I'm really happy I talked Melissa into giving roller coasters a ride after she did the Hogwarts ride, because that feels like a roller coaster even though it isn't. She was totally on board, but previously she wasn't a roller coaster person, but I got her to be a roller coaster this time. I knew she was. She just like needed to get over that hump and give it a try. And so yeah, we did the Hulk roller coaster, and it was so much fun. It's a really long roller coaster, so it's not like one of those ones where you go and then it's like immediately over. You can actually like enjoy yourself because it just keeps going and going and going. And yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, so water rides. I don't know, but oh yeah, what I was saying is that the like falls on water rides are just so much more intense, because I feel like you're not actually like connected to anything. You're just literally free falling, like, because you're floating on the water. And so those are the ones that get me. I was like clinging to Melissa's arm, and those like actually made my throat like sore because I was screaming so much. And like the water rides were the ones where I was actually getting like more scared than like going on the actual like the Hulk roller coaster. So yeah. That night we had kind of our fancy dinner for the vacation we went to. Like, again, I forget what the restaurant was called. It was like a steak and seafood, like, fancy restaurant. And I got literally the best filet mignon I have ever had. I mean, it like melted in my mouth. It was so incredibly good. And I got some sort of sauce on the top. It was like a truffle something. It had something else yummy in it, but I can't really remember. And again, we got a whole ton of like delicious appetizers. So we kind of, for this trip, decided each meal we would get like, 4 or 5 appetizers to kind of split between the table of 6, and that worked out really well because then we could try a whole bunch of things, and the portions are normally more than enough to, be able to have everyone have a little bit. So at this place, we got lobster mac and cheese. We got a really good like green bean, I forget what was with the green beans. But we also got some Brussels sprouts, which were tasty, and then a potato, the cheesy potatoes, what is it called? Potatoes au gratin. That was really super yummy. And, oh, my dad and I split a shrimp cocktail, and the shrimps were, like, massive. They were huge and so good. And they gave you a bowl of, like, horseradish to kind of make the cocktail sauce stronger if you wanted. And the horseradish was so fresh and so good. Like, we are a horseradish family. Like, I don't like spicy, but I love horseradish. And turns out, I had no idea that's what wasabi was. I have spent years avoiding wasabi because I was told it's spicy and I don't like spicy foods. And I found out at the trip that wasabi is horseradish. So I've been missing out for years because I was thinking it was spicy and not horseradish. So I will be a strong supporter of wasabi from now on. Let's see. But yeah, so that dinner was really, really fun. And then that kind of finishes things up. The next day was the day we were traveling home. We went to the chocolate factory for lunch that day because it's like outside of the parks, and we had like a 3-day 3-park pass. So we didn't have access to the parks on Sunday, but we had really wanted to go to that chocolate factory restaurant because we kept passing it every day, like while we were going, to and from the parks and stuff. And it was really, really cool. They had all sorts of like, just different foods that had incorporated chocolate into them. My sister's boyfriend got a chocolate stout, which was really good. They also gave like little samples of it for the rest of the table to try, and it was really tasty, actually. Like, I liked it. I don't know if I could drink a whole glass of it, but it was definitely, I could enjoy it. And yeah, what else did we get? My sister got a chocolate martini. I got Nutella crepes with bananas and chocolate covered strawberries for like my meal. Everyone got most other people, I think I was the only one that got like a actual sweetie meal thing. Everyone else got regular food, and then they got milkshakes for dessert, but I'm not going to eat like a meal and then a huge milkshake, because their milkshakes were the kind of milkshakes where like it would come with a cupcake on top of the milkshake as like the, embellishment or whatever. So yeah, I basically just had my crepes for my lunch and dessert, and then Melissa got like a chocolate times 5, or yeah, I think that's what it was called, chocolate times 5 milkshake, and it was just like chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. It was insane. And they had the coolest like display in their like, gift shop for the restaurant of I don't know, just fancy chocolates and all sorts of, decorative different desserts and stuff. And yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. And that again pretty much finishes things up. We went to the airport from the restaurant and flew home, picked up our little munchkin from her fun little weekend with Becca and FizzKig, and went home for the evening. And that was our trip to Universal. So again, sorry I kind of dropped the ball on vlogging. I mean, I did better this time. I got one whole day vlogged for you guys. So hopefully from here on out, I'll be able to get a little better and better as, time goes on with vlogging while I'm out of town. It's really hard because you're trying to, enjoy the vacation, but you're also trying to, capture it, and you're also just doing stuff all day long. And so like, it was really hard to kind of try and film without just ending up with, an hour-long vlog, because you're just doing stuff constantly throughout the day. So, yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this little recap. Hello. Do you want to say goodbye? Mwah. Yeah, so I'm going to end things here. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and please give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and we will see you guys in our next vlog. Good night.